Hey everybody, T.O. from Art Geek Teaching. Today we are going to make some melt and pour soap coming up. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut some soap. This is just melt and pour soap. And I'm going to do a swirl. I'm going to use some clear and I'm going to use some white. And I think I'll just make, what do I have for molds here? These are 4-ounce molds, and it looks like there's 12 there, and there's 12 on this one. So 16 ounces is a pound, right? So there's 1, 2, 3 pounds in each of these. Is that right? I don't know. I can't do math on the fly, I guess. So I'm going to want 3 pounds of each. And I'm just going to find a deli sheet here. I think that these, my little pouring cups, really, I think about a pound fits in there. These are microwavable safe. So I'm just going to cut, I'm going to start off with a pound. We'll tear this. I'm going to start off with a pound and see where that leads me. These big blocks are a little bit harder to cut up. And basically, I'm just going to cut it into some chunks so that I can microwave it. The question is, why are we doing melt and pour soap on an art channel? Well, I'm definitely not a soap artisan. I don't sell it. We used to sell it, but I found it to be too much work. It is a tremendous amount of work to do. Enough volume to make any money. But what I do think it's really good for is for thank yous. If you sell an original piece, almost everybody likes handmade soap. It's a really, really good thank you. Now, if you're, I think you have to know your customer. If you are selling a $10,000 original, a bar of handmade soap may not be the best thing. But for smaller originals and less expensive originals, I think it works just great. All right, there's 1 pound of that. I'm going to go ahead and cut up white, and we're just going to do 1 pound at a time here to start with. So I'm going to put this back in. Get a pound of white going, get them melted up, and then we'll start. Okay, we've got a pound of white, and we've got a pound of clear. Our white, we're going to add yellow mica to, and our clear, we're going to add charcoal to, so that we have yellow and black. If we added black to the white, it would just make a gray. So we're going to add our black to the clear, and what we'll have is a pale yellow and a black. So, going to melt this. I'm going to get our micas out, and I'm going to get our scents out, and then we'll roll. Okay, before I melt my soaps, I went ahead and grabbed some used coffee grounds and some oatmeal. I've also grabbed 2 small containers that I can mix my fragrance in. I've got a honey fragrance, and then I've got a lemon fragrance. And so I'm going to mix those with my yellow micas, and then I've got charcoal. So I wanted to go ahead and give them a chance to kind of melt and do their thing, dissolve rather not melt. But for my micas, I'm going to have 1 teaspoon per pound. And for my fragrance, I'm going to have 1 tablespoon per pound. And so 1 teaspoon of Black Diamond Tuscan Sunset, 1 teaspoon of charcoal. So here we go. I'm going to put the colors in first. I'm going to start with my yellow. The charcoal, it's the same charcoal that I draw with, and it is really messy. So you're going to want to make sure that you're in an area. Now, with this yellow, there's a lot of things that you could use other than mica. You could use Brazilian clay, yellow Brazilian clay, which is a natural product. You could use verbena, the flower leaves. You could use marigold leaves, ground up, dried and ground up. So there's a ton of things that you could use, right? Put this lid on as it's messy. Tablespoon. This is closed. Doesn't matter which one I put where. That smells good. I'm going to stir those in just a minute. Okay, oh, that smells so good. Tablespoon. These set aside to dry, to wash. Okay, I'm going to stir those up and let them set while I nuke. If I do my yellow first, I don't have to worry about contamination. Oh, yeah. And we'll see. I've got 2 pounds of soap, right? And so this should be adequate. We'll see what happens. The yellow is going with the clear, and the yellow is going with the white, and the black is going with the clear. I think I might just put myself a note. Okay, this is the charcoal. Okay, gonna go nuke these. I'll be right back. Okay, I just got these both back. Shouldn't say back, out of the microwave. I did 30-second bursts on these. They look fine. I'm just curious. We're going to need to wait. See how warm they are. 140. Yeah. So what we're going to do is just stir these a bit. Let them cool down. If you keep them moving, they're fine. You want them to be about, I don't know, between 125 and 120. If you were to add your scent, your fragrance, and your mica powders or colorant right now, the colorant would probably be fine, but the fragrance would just flash off. You'd lose it all. And so we're going to wait till these get down to about 125 degrees, and then we're going to pour. So I can keep them moving. Another little trick would be, I already put my soap away, but another trick would be you could cut some small pieces and drop them in there. It takes a lot of energy for those pieces to melt, and so that would cool it down substantially faster. I may have to do that. I don't want to wait forever. this stuff smells awesome. Hopefully that's enough colorant. The black, we'll see. Okay, I am going to go ahead and add our colorants to this and get rolling before it gets too much cooler. It's about 120 degrees right now. We're going to pour this in. Get as much of that out of there as we can. It's going to be really, really light, it looks like, which is fine. Oh, that smells so good. Let's see if we can get some more of this out of here. And now it's working time is, we've got to go because it's starting to get a little bit cooler. And we don't want this stuff to, we don't want it to start chunking up. Here's our black that goes in the clear. Make sure we get all that goodness out of there. Okay. Oh yeah, this is going to be awesome. Where's my sheet? Oh man, that smells so good. The good thing about soap too is this stuff cleans up so easily. All right, I got to hustle here because this stuff is starting to set. It goes really fast once it starts to cool down. I like the black better. And we're just going to pour these all at the same time. Should have enough to do. Maybe these are bigger molds. These must be bigger molds than I'm used to. They're my molds, but I thought they were 4 ounce. They are not 4 ounce. They must be 6 ounce. I have one more in there. And of course, we could go in and melt this again. Add some more to it. Now, what I'm going to do is 2 different things. First, I'm going to add a pinch. And I've got to hustle on these too, because I want to stir these in real quickly. And the challenge with this is you don't want to stir too much because you don't want just like blah colors. You want some separation. And I could have mixed those with my, soap before I poured, but I didn't do it. I'm not sure I'm going to take the risk on these. I was going to add some oatmeal. Well, let's see. This is for us. No big deal. Oh, yeah. And I do think it works better to add it. That one I'm just going to leave because it's really nice. Okay. And then we're going to just set these aside. Actually, I'm going to do a whole nother set. 2, 6. I've got some more, so I'm going to make some more soap. But we're going to just set these aside, and we'll come back 4 hours from now, and I'll show you what they look like. Anyway, I was going to show you, you could just spray these real quickly, And this is isopropyl alcohol. It'll just take out the any of the bubbles. So that's it. Okay, let's unveil these guys. We'll start with these. Probably could and maybe should even leave these overnight, but I'm going to go ahead and call them good. What I'll need to do is clean up the edges on these. I didn't do a very good job of being careful with my molds, but I just wanted to show you. And what we'll have to do is wrap these so that they don't sweat. I actually really like these. I think they look pretty cool. Okay, I'm just going to take all these out and I'll show you how to wrap them, or how I wrap them. I'm sure that professional soap makers are cringing about now, but that's okay. Okay, I'm just going to do a couple of these. I have found the easiest way to do this is just take a butter knife and knock the edges off of it. All of the raw edges. And again, you don't even have to do this. I just think it presents a little bit better. Okay, so I'm just knocking off the edge. It doesn't waste very much soap doing it this way. And it doesn't take a long time. Okay, flip it over, do the other side. They make professional edgers that you can purchase, but I actually like this much better. You can see it wastes very little soap. Okay, then the other thing that I'm going to do is take a slightly damp, clean rag, and I'm just going to wipe down the edges of this. And it will kind of meld. It'll get all that stuff blended together. Okay. So I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's a nice looking bar of soap. The last thing that I'm going to do is wrap these. This is glycerin soap. If you don't wrap them, they will definitely start gathering moisture. And what I'll do is just put them in this temporarily. It'll keep it from sweating. It'll keep it from sweating, and what I'll do is when I get its home, in other words, where it's going to go, I will put a label on it. I'll wrap it in something nice. It's a great use for your jelly papers. Okay, I'll get my handy dandy heat gun. And just shrink this up a little bit. You can do as nice of a job as you want. This is, again, just as temporary so I can get it, or keep it rather, from sweating. That's all I'm doing right here. Wouldn't want to present it like this. You can do them super nice though. But that's all I'm going to do for right now. I'm going to leave it set aside. When I need them, I've got them. If I'm doing all of these, what I'll do is scrape them all first, set them aside as they're scraped, and then I will put I'll put my cling and seal on. And there are machines and everything to do this a different way. This is just the easiest, quickest way when I'm doing small batches. So that's it. Have a good day.